Oh
Oh
man.
man, but anyways, next match up we have Underdog from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign versus Castelia, the DDD from Rochester Institute of Technology. Should be another good one, and again, this is the lower half of bracket, so loser will be going home or will be turning off their console at least because they're probably already at home.
They'll be at home and disappointed about it. That's
Yes, they'll be at home disappointed. Rage tweet. But Castelia right here, again, the DDD underdog with the snake, and this is probably going to be a very long set.
This matchup is genuinely terrible for DD. It's genuinely awful. So Castelia has quite the mountain to overcome right now because this is not going to be the easiest time they've ever had.
I feel like Gordos are pretty much just irrelevant because of the amount of stuff Snake can just toss out at you that are going to bounce their Gordos right back.
Yeah, Gordos bounce off of grenades.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And Snake never has to approach you.
Yeah, not only that, but DDD's airspeed, despite having multiple jumps, his actual airspeed is god-awful, which makes hitting Nikita easier than expected.
And especially because DDD also has such a big body. Yeah, Nikita's going to be really, really good in this matchup. Watch
Yeah,
that
not
C4.
only Nikita, but the grenades, the C4, any sort of explosive is going to be easier to hit DDD with.
And okay, and right now, dead even game, both at 118%. You know what? We talked about how bad this was, but Castelia keeping it really close until that C4.
Yeah, man, and it's one of those things where you think you're out of the range, you think it's not that big, and it's always that big. It's always that big.
We talked about Snake's hitboxes earlier. Trust me, however big you think they are, they're probably a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and one of the things we're seeing here, and part of the reason that Castelia has been able to keep this close is Underdog hasn't been, being that pure camping Snake. We're seeing the slow gameplay right now, but for the majority of this tournament, both Underdog and Castelia have been interacting with their opponents. And when Snake gives up that position for free and actually decides to interact with DDD, that's where Castelia has a chance to strike.
Yeah, and if I am Underdog, I'm doing exactly what you said. I'm just going to run away. I'm not going to play the boxing match because I really feel like DDD in that mid-range is a little bit better than Snake is. In that mid-range. So if I'm Snake, I want to keep this as long a range of a match as possible. I want to run away, I want to camp, and I want to force DDD to be the one to approach me.
Absolutely. And yeah, if you can keep that long range, you get your grenade set up, you get your C4 set up, you kind of box with down tilt and keep DDD out of your range. It's so hard, but Underdog is giving it up and honestly just giving Castelia a more generous game than he needs to.
Like, it's one of those things where you kind of just have to throw your pride out the window and just play very lame. Like, just do it if you want to win in this kind of matchup. Because again, in that mid-range, I don't really think Snake has the tools. Snake has a lot of tools, but in that mid-range against DDD, who's a character who thrives in the mid-range, I don't really think you're going to win that. So you just have to play incredibly lame. Just throw your pride out the window.
Yeah, and it sucks too, because there are characters and matchups in this game where you just have to play slow.
Like, yeah, you have to.
Like, that's just the matchup. The game does not allow you to play fast. And almost every character in this game has a matchup like that unless you play Roy or Fox. You know what I mean? Like, there's two characters that don't have to be lame. And
those characters are just charged forward all the time, no matter what.
Yeah. And considering that we don't see Roy or Fox on the screen, unfortunately, this is going to be one of those matchups where Underdog does have to play it slower, or else Castelia is just going to take this. And we're seeing it right now with Castelia on a huge lead, but the sticky
C4
on Castelia right now. Transferred over to Underdog. He's not going to be able to use it. Did it go? It transferred
I'm not
back?
actually sure where it is. Okay, it was back. It was back on Castelia, but you know what? Underdog bringing this back pretty much to a very doable deficit right here. Ooh,
oh no. My gosh.
Okay. Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
If that hit, I would have had a problem.
Oh my gosh. That should have been the whole set if that landed. But let's calm down a little bit, everybody. Getting that forward air and that victory, Castelia putting themselves on the board, repping Rochester Institute of Technology. And from Underdog's perspective in that game, I really, really feel like, you kind of just have to throw your pride out the window. Play lame. Just do it. Just run away, throw the grenades. You know what? If you got to do it now, I'm not saying time them. I'm not saying time them out, but
Yeah.
but like,
Why?
but like,
We're
if
here.
you got to, you got to. Yeah. But I really think just playing incredibly lame is the most valid option for Underdog right now because of the range that DDD has. I keep bringing up that mid range, but DDD thrives in that mid range area a little bit more than Snake does, and I feel like Underdog is trying to brute force a lot of options right now, and Castelia is just becoming privy to it and taking full advantage.
Yeah, we saw a lot of dash attacks, run up shields, kind of whiffed grabs. Those are the options that Castelia has been actively avoiding, that Underdog has just been giving up for, I hate to say it, but really no reason.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There's really no reason to do it, and if they keep doing it, Castelia is going to take full advantage, and we might see a 3-0. Right now, man. 2 Gordos back to back. Oh no, that's disrespectful.
Oh. Okay. Dude, whenever I see the jet hammer out, I just prepare for the worst. Just mentally.
I clench up, man. I've been hit by one too many of those, okay? Granted, I'm very bad at the game, so that's probably why. But I have been hit by 1 or 2 of those. Whenever I see it, I clench up.
It's got that factor, too, where it's like such a bad move that it's embarrassing to get hit by.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. It's like a Falcon Punch almost. It's a crappy move, but if you get hit by it, it's because you deserved it.
And you just start making these dumb mistakes. And the DI from Underdog there was really bad.
Horrendous. That was quite horrendous there. But right now, Snake playing from behind is definitely not what you want to do. Forcing Snake to be the approacher in a match is where you want them, because this character's approach options typically are not the best. Best when they have the lead and are able to slow the pace of the match down.
Yeah, the best thing for Snake is playing at, his preferred range with the grenades, the down tilt, that sort of thing, and then using dash attack as a burst option to catch you off guard. When you have to use dash attack as your only approach option and someone knows it's coming, you're going to have a bad time. But the fade back sticky was actually incredible there.
Yeah. Okay, even-ish percents right now, about 20 or so, 30 or so percent separating both players. Okay, you know what? Underdog with a bit of momentum right here, has DD at the ledge. That Nikita, you brought up the point in the first match, but yeah, that Nikita, DDD just does not have the airspeed to get away from that thing.
And can we talk about how much damage Snake's moves do? Down air does like 25, neutral air does like 27 if you get the whole thing. Like, this character hits you and it's meaty.
Everything. I don't think this character has a move other than maybe Grenade that just doesn't do like at least 10%.
Grenade does 10%.
It does? Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Just everything hits, man.
That Nikita, again, it's falling down. Ooh, just missing. Good roll on the ledge from Castelia. You know what? Underdog has a pretty healthy lead at this point.
And we're seeing it right now where he's kept up that ledge pressure, he's stayed at his preferred range, and he hasn't overcommitted with dash attack or anything like that. He's just been playing his game, and Castelia's been having a lot of trouble dealing with it.
Yeah.
It's roll-ins like that got him, his stock loss last game. As Snake, you don't have to be rolling in. You can roll out, or you can honestly just walk with the grenade in hand.
And the reason why Castelia was able to kind of bring this to a close match right there is because we started to see Underdog pick those brute force options again and try to be a little bit too aggressive, which was what allowed Castelia to really get back into this game.
Oh, that was
with
nice.
All that being said, yeah, that was really nice. Underdog building a bit of a lead and some extra credit right here.
Oh, what? Fastball fair? You're talking about aggressive options that are unnecessary. Well, sometimes they work.
Hey, you know what? If you're shooting one for 20, but that one is really, really good, everyone's gonna forget the 19 you missed.
Man, we're talking about the dopamine hit. That's the whole thing right there.
Yep. Absolutely. Neutral air coming through. Nikita shielding him from the Gordo shielding them from the Nikita right here. Castelia is still very much in this, but I feel like one Nikita right on cue is going to take it, and now Underdog putting themselves on the board. Pretty good shift from that first game. Did play a bit more defensively. We did see some of those brute force options come through. A lot of them worked in this match, so got to give credit where it's due. But with that being said, had a pretty decent lead and kind of let Castelia make a comeback because of those brute force options. If I'm underdog again, I think just playing completely lame is the most optimal thing here.
Well, what I do like is, when underdog slows the pace down, those options become more viable because your opponent starts expecting the slower pace. So when you switch the pace up and start going fast again, you can get those hits because it catches people off guard.
Yeah.
The caveat there is that you have to do the lame thing first. If you're just going in, they already expect it. You need to kind of condition first for one result because people at this level are paying attention, right? They will adjust to what you're doing, and so you have to adjust for that.
And here we go, game number 3 here, tied up at 1 apiece. Town and City, much bigger stage, a lot more room to toss projectiles and Gordos and grenades and Nikitas and whatever else they got in those pockets all around. So you know what? This is going to be a match I expect to go for quite a while, not going to lie.
And he just jumps right into Gordo twice.
Oh, does it again. Does it again.
And we're seeing
no. Okay.
Underdog is at about 60% completely of his own doing. That being said, he's trying to make it all back speedrun style.
Oh my goodness. Jesus, just damn it. I don't even know what's going on anymore. People are just getting hit. I'm seeing percentages go up.
Castelia does such a good job of capitalizing on panic options. I've been talking about kind of the ledge play this whole thing, which I think is where they're strongest. But the second best thing that they consistently do is pick the right options in scuttle situations. When both players are panicking, when both players have to pick a button really quick, it seems like more often than not, Castelia is coming out on top of those situations.
And we also saw that in the earlier set with Castelia when they were playing, what's it, Sensational, I believe. And whenever Seth would jump, we saw Castelia just get that read every single time.
Yeah.
So, and we're seeing that same thing again happen here.
Yeah, man, and now it's starting to get a little tricky. I think it's still fine to play the lame game here. As much as it sounds kind of counterintuitive, because Snake down throw is now a kill confirm, Snake is actually better than most characters at playing
Watch that Nikita.
Come on, man.
Literally had enough time to swing it around the platform.
He could have dash attack. That did 51!
What is this video game? My God.
Dude, we play this competitively. Can you believe that? No,
oh my gosh. Oh my God. You know what? Ugh. I just hate myself. That's probably why I do it. But either way, this damage output from both of these characters absolutely bonkers right now. As we see Snake at 118 falling back to the stage right here. Castelia, drifting down to avoid that up smash but getting hit with something else instead. Watch those Gordos. Nikita again.
You've been saying Underdog has been doing a great job at bringing it back into this. He's been getting hit with Gordos every now and again, but Snake is so heavy that the Gordos aren't actually taking the stock, and these grenade trades have allowed him to get back into it. Like we were saying, Snake is better than most characters at playing at those really high percents because his grab turns into a kill confirm.
Yep. And also has that up tilt as well, which is just a ridiculously dumb move.
Yeah, we haven't seen really a single one hit this set.
No, we've seen a couple get shielded. None have actually hit. Okay,
like situations like that is when you gotta let that up tilt rip.
Yep.
Because DDD's airspeed is so bad.
Oh, 65? Okay.
Was a platform? Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Y'all, man, Underdog better be praying to whatever religious deity they believe into, because honestly, they should not have survived that.
Oh,
they should not have survived that. Oh my goodness.
Underdog, the Smash gods just said, "Man, you got a second chance."
Yes.
you got a second chance. We believe. We believe
Sakurai
in you.
is looking down on you, my friend. Because honestly, Underdog, if you don't win after that divine intervention, never mind. Not gonna happen. You know what? Had a second chance, did not take full advantage of it, and now Castelia is up 2-1, and is now 1 game away from moving on to losers semifinals. As we see some of these replays. Now that was it.
That's
Platform.
insane.
Oh my goodness.
Sakurai's grand vision. Here
Yep.
it is.
This is what Sakurai wanted when he was programming this game. This is exactly what he wanted.
Off stage. That's so insane, man.
Oh man, just as intended. Just as intended. Again, Underdog unfortunately unable to make do or take advantage of that new opportunity. Castelia up 2-1. Again, repping the Rochester Institute of Technology. And man, a DDD potentially making it into the next part of bracket. Again, with a Wii Fit, with Bowser Jr. with all these crazy
DK,
characters.
Bayonetta,
Oh yeah, DK, Bayonetta. Like it's just gonna be an absolute wild top 4 once we get to that point. And everybody who's watching right now, I'm glad you can be here with us. I hope everybody is enjoying this tournament so far because this is very, very fun to cast. I love casting wacky characters like this.
Yeah, man, and there's no one I'd rather be doing it with. My good friend Me's on the mic. I always know you're down to have a good time, man. And I want to get back to what I was talking about before that game absolutely
go ahead.
went to shambles. But I was saying Castelia does a lot of these short hops or full hops right over you to either try and get a landing back air, a falling forward air mix up, or a B reverse neutral B mix up. That's kind of the mix when Castelia jumps over you. But because DDD's airspeed is so bad, he actually puts himself above you for a really long time. And something I want to see, especially in those last dog situations, is I want to see Underdog recognize that he's not in immediate danger, right? Castelia has not been doing falling nairs, right? So he's not in immediate danger when Castelia is right above him, and he can actually has time to drop shield and up tilt due to how slow it is.
Oh, okay, that's really a good option there. I definitely agree with that, but I think Underdog might be a little bit scared when you see DDD jump on you like that.
Man!
And that was 0 to death, folks. But yeah, I think Underdog might be a little bit hesitant to pick an option when you see DDD on top of you like that because of how hard this character can hit you. But I definitely agree with that assessment. You're totally right.
Oh, dude, and Castelia is like, I have the lead. I'm going to keep the lead. And honestly, this is a really good spot to be in versus Snake. You have a solid projectile like Gordo, you have an entire stock lead, and you're willing to just play this out?
Yep. Not approaching at all. This is what Sakurai wanted when he made this game, y'all.
I'm actually not convinced it is. When I saw him camp out the CPUs with Kazuya, I was like, dude, he meant it all along. He meant it all along.
I remember that. Oh, everyone was talking about that. Oh, my goodness. You know what? That was like, what, the 4th, 5th time we've seen them go for that? They were due for one at some point in time.
Oh my gosh, if we were talking about the dopamine hit, I don't think it gets much better than that.
Nope. Between that move, like Falcon Punch, Warlock Punch, there are very few moves more satisfying to land than that Jet Hammer. And Castelia is doing their best to just end this match as early as possible, does not want to give Underdog even the faintest amount of hope that they can bring this back.
And this is one of the craziest things about Smash Bros. As a fighting game, especially compared to traditional fighting games. You know, Underdog lost 2 stocks off of maybe 3 bad options.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like, that's the amount of leeway he had to make that happen. And honestly, that's just sometimes how this game works, due to the stock system as opposed to a life bar system. Sometimes it's only 1 or 2 options that make the difference in a game, and so Smash is just a game where you always have to be on, especially if you're trying to be consistent at a top level. Having an off day is not really an option.
And especially because you can, unlike other fighting games, you can lose your stock at any point in time. Damage doesn't actually matter. So one mistake in that, you're already playing from behind, whether that's a mistake on your end or maybe your opponent gets you in a position where they make you pick a panic option off stage, anything like that. One little wrong move can put you in a deficit. Right off the jump. So you got to be very, very careful in this game. And with all that being said right now, Castelia looking primed to take this from Underdog. One more back here or one more good Gordo is definitely going to do it.
Yeah, this is such a tough spot to be in because everything starts killing. The next fair is going to kill. Back throw will kill. Back air will kill. Up air will kill. Up tilt will kill. Down tilt will kill. Like, you've run out of options at 170, and unfortunately for Underdog, Castelia is going to capitalize on that every single time and take that 3-1.
Yep, ran out of options and ran out of stocks there at the end. that was an incredible match. Castelia is such a fantastic player to watch, and big shout out to Underdog as well, making it this far. There's a pretty high seed in the tournament too, so shout out to them for making it this far. We are going to see a few replays from that last match as well. This is game 1. Yes, it is. That's C4 right there that I think everyone kind of just forgot about.
It's so easy to forget about, and honestly, Castelia did an amazing job after that first C4, which seemed to kind of snap them back to reality. They didn't really get hit with another one.
Yeah. This is going to be down there. I didn't even see that one. I thought that was a back here when I first saw it, and that Nikita so good in this matchup against DD, like you said, because the airspeed, and look how he just trailed that all the way around the stage. And it was able to get that Nikita kill. Unfortunately, was not enough to take the game. But there's the stretcher
thing we've seen so far.
The stretcher. I really wish Underdog was able to kind of take advantage of that and take that game, because that would have been an incredible way to win.
Yeah, it would have. That's one of those, like, someone's watching out for you. You got the Guardian Angel type beat.
And here's broken
and shielding here.
Why? Like, that was a bad option.
It might have just been matchup inexperience. I don't know if he knew that it just broke a full shield.
Yeah.
But
like, I think air dodging through or rolling on would have been a better option, because honestly, if it hits you just raw, whatever, you get hit. But shielding it in that way is just probably not the best thing to do. Like
the best option there is probably trying to time a get up attack. With the landing, because DDD has such a predictable up and down on that. You can time a get up attack with the landing. He's not going to be able to shield it. You get back on for free, but you don't always make the right choice in these kind of clutch decisions. And it's like we said, one wrong choice can mean everything in this game.